He picked the wrong family, and not scared of a conflict, and we're not scared. We're not running. We're coming at him.
But it's, again, it just tells the story of it's the evil and the ugliness of people's hearts these days is everywhere.
Hey guys, welcome to the Think Tank. How is everyone doing this fun Monday? I've been up bright and early. Jazzy somehow, I didn't lock the back door. So at one point, Jazzy let herself out, and oh my word, was this house cold. Well, hello, Kiska. Nice to meet you, friend. Welcome. Welcome. We're going to talk about Timothy Haslett. I'm not hearing his name out there at all. I'm not quite sure why. He has, from what I understand, are you dealing with the smoke too, friend? Where are you abouts? So as far as Haslett goes, there's a couple of reasons. Is it because of the profession these women were in, or was it the color these people were? What is making it that this case isn't out there? Because it needs to be. I mean, a woman running down the street with a dog collar around her neck, screaming bloody murder, banging on doors. They're finding unalived women. They're finding, oh my word, and no one's talking about it. Southern Oregon. I am right up against like the Idaho-Montana border. I'm kind of right in there. So I'm getting all the fires from the one side and all the side. BC's on fire, getting it from there. So yeah, we're very smoked in and hoping for the best. But yeah, you want to stay in that smoke. Oof. Dangerous, dangerous. So what happened here? I had everything tagged. Yeah, it's... Ooh. My goodness. So have you heard of this guy? I couldn't believe it. There's been a little bit of talk. We've talked about it a little bit. I got back into the Rex HEUERMANN stuff and ended up forgetting about it, sadly, until Dandy said something to me this morning. And it's like, these cases that no one's talking about are the ones that we need to talk about. It's not necessarily about clicks and views, is it? This isn't why we're doing this. So I'm very, very disappointed that I'm not seeing more of this. It's heartbreaking. Absolutely heartbreaking. Just about there. Have you been hearing much about this case, Kiska? Or is this kind of new to you too? I did that one. Come on. Prosecutors. So we're looking at like July of next year before there's a possibility of this guy going to trial. I think it was July no, June 5th, I think, is his court appearance. I'm not sure how that works. But a year ago. Okay. Just about done here, my friends. Yeah, I mean, Rex has been all over the place. And Haslett just seems to be being dismissed, and that's just not okay. Yeah, it's been a really bizarre summer. Nothing like I remember. Between all of these fires, the lack of rain in a lot of these places. I mean, look at Maui. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's mortifying. Okay, let's see here. So I'm going to put myself down in a corner. Timothy Haslett. I am going to see if I can get this a little bit bigger for you. This is from the Kansas City Star. He's done more. Excelsior Springs police suspect Timothy Haslett in a woman's deleting. Law enforcement officers investigated a reported napping and SA at the home of 300 block in Old Orchard Street in Excelsior Springs. As authorities continue to search the Missouri River for clues about what happened to Kansas City woman whose remains were discovered in June, the Excelsior police chief says alleged napper and R. worder Timothy M. Haslett Jr. is a potential suspect in her deleting. That comes after months of speculation regarding whether there is more to the case that began to unravel in the northern suburb one morning last fall, when another woman, barely clothed, with a metal collar locked around her neck, told the police she escaped from Haslett's basement and had been held there for a month against her will. This is one of those cases that keep you up at night, Excelsior Springs Police Chief Gregory Dull told the Star. So, a little bit of a Mexi. Something about this case. I was talking to Mexi earlier. So, I'm going to have a members live, probably within the next day or two. And I'm going to talk about the serial killer that lived in the little town that I did. He was grabbing workers from the city and then sticking them in culverts and such around our area. So I want to have a discussion about that guy and my interactions with him. So my personal opinion, he's done more than what he's already charged for. But being able to prove that is something totally different. A Clay County jury indicted Haslett on charges of kidnapping, R-word, and 7 other felonies in March. The 40-year-old, who has pled not guilty to the crimes, has been in jail since October, being held on a $3 million bond. That tells you a little bit of something. I'll take I was trying to read. This is my magnifying glass. Get it off me. So this case garnered national attention. Did it? Really? Local black leaders, what have I done? Expressed frustration when the conversation broke shortly after Kansas police had dismissed concerns on social media that the deleter was on the loose and that black women were going missing. Neighbors of Haslett told the Star in October they knew little about Haslett other than he lived in the house with his, young son. Others who interacted with the 22-year-old woman who reportedly escaped said she believed Haslett had unalived 2 people and feared that she was next. When the woman, identified only as TJ, in the court documents spoke with detectives. Dull said she told them she had not actually seen anyone else in the house while she was being held captive there. She was repeating what Haslett had told her, Dull said. Now, was he telling her this to manipulate her and control her, or was it true? At this point, they still don't know. So, someone was found in the Missouri River. For the better part of a year, the case has been investigated by Excelsior Springs Police and the Clay County Investigative Squad, with assistance from other law enforcement agencies, including the FBI. Over the months, it has faded and resurfaced from public view as authorities have periodically shared more details. They got that place sealed right up. This is the 300 block of Old Orchard Avenue. Earlier, the Clay County Prosecutor's Office announced a new development in the case as authorities positively identified remains of those of Janie Crossdale of Kansas City. That discovery marked the end of months-long search to find the 36-year-old black woman whose face and name, oh, these flies, that door was open all night. Oh my God. Okay, so whose face and name appeared in January on the Metro billboards as a potential witness. Police wanted to question kayakers on June 24th. So they are the ones that happened upon. Police wanted to question kayakers on June 24th happened upon a blue barrel containing her body in Saline County. So they're saying 65 miles approximately from east of Kansas City, and was in advanced decomposition at the time. So it says here that the investigation is continuing. Authorities have yet to say how or when Crossdale passed away, and Haslett has not been charged with a crime related to her passing. But prosecutors sought to have Haslett's bond increased in court Monday based on evidence of Crossdale being present at his home at one point. A Clay County judge ultimately determined no bond increase was necessary for Haslett, who has been declared indigent and is represented by Tiffany Lutie Winningham of the Missouri Public Defender's Office. After the bond hearing, Lutie Winningham said Crossdale had visited Haslett's home, saying there was surveillance video to support that. She said the two met for a romp. She declined further questions on the facts of the case Monday. Prosecutors, meanwhile, have said investigation is a dynamic one that is building at a rapid pace. Prosecuting attorney Zachary Thompson accompanied Missouri State Highway Patrol investigators on Tuesday amid a search of the river for additional evidence in the investigation of Crossdale's death. For Excelsior Springs Police, Dull said detectives have continued to work diligently on the case over the past 10 months. Since the discovery of Crossdale's body, he said they have begun reaching out to people they first contacted months ago in hopes of jarring some memories. So are people forgetting, or are they just not talking? So, clue found in blue barrels. Part of the investigation involves a set of blue barrels found at Haslett's home during the 3-day search of his property in October. Dell described that one Crossdale's body was located in as similar. Okay, let me see that again. Dell described that one Crossdale's body was located in as similar. The barrels in question, Dell said, have rubber seals on top and appear to be advertised for commercial use, such as storing solvents and petroleum products. He said they do not look like the ones you typically see at a hardware store. The fact that she was found in a blue barrel that is very similar to the blue barrels that he had on his property, and the fact that she was there at his property, we would be remiss if we didn't look at him as a potential suspect. I would say so. So, as of Tuesday, Dell said TJ, who told the police she was tied up, whipped, and frequently R-worded in a small room that he had built in his basement, she said was the only known victim in the case. He added the detectives did not identify anybody who would either be associated or a potential victim. I don't know, buddy. I don't know about this. So, doesn't mean there aren't some, but at this point we haven't identified anybody, Dell says. I think they need to scour that house a little harder. If there's other victims, I don't believe they've been reported missing, which is not uncommon, sadly. Dell said he believes they would likely have had complicated backgrounds that include substance issues and working girls. And he said, that's sad to me. I've been hoping and praying that we would have a break in the case for some time. And I'm hopeful that if Haslett is at all responsible for Janie Crosdale's passing, that he would be able to prove, they would be able to prove that, would be able to prove that, and she would be able to have justice done in that case. You see, and that's the saddest part of this all. Everybody deserves justice. Well, hello, Dandy. Good to see you, friend. Are you getting smoky there too, friend? So yeah, I'm grateful that Dandy pointed this out to me earlier, because I guess we'd been talking about it a little bit, and I didn't associate some of the conversations to this case. And as soon as it was explained to me, it's like, oh my God, it blows me away. I just think that there's too much negligence going on. Look what's going on with Rex HEUERMANN. The first however many years, they had a crooked cop in there that was saying, yeah, no, let's not have the FBI help us. How about we just, forget about it? It's like, oh my God. What? Hello, James. Good to see you, friend. Okay, so here we are. Found in the Missouri River, Clay County prosecutor admits greater public safety threat than initially stated. So, this would be our young lady, and this would be the monster, Beauty and the Beast. So, Janie Crosdale's remains were discovered in a barrel floating in the Missouri River, mirroring the blue barrels that were found at Timothy Haslett's place. Like, you frickin' creep. I don't care what your job is. I don't care the color of your skin. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care about your sexuality. Everybody is the same. I don't care if you got millions put away or if you're food stamps. We are all the same. We all go to the bathroom the same. We are the same. The fact that people decide that they are not going to work as hard because of some of these stated things is absolutely disgusting to me. That was me venting. Oi. So this raises alarming possibilities that Crosdale was another victim of Haslett, further validating him as a Cheerio. Alternately, the similarities suggest a possible accomplice still at large, either collaborating with Haslett or operating alone. In either case, there is no evidence of a larger threat than originally. In either case, there is now evidence of a larger threat than originally claimed by police. The Kansas City Police Department had initially dismissed concerns over missing black women in the area, stating claims of a Cheerio were unfounded rumors. And despite conducting no formal investigation. Imagine these were all little blonde, blue-eyed girls. They failed to treat Crosdale as a potential victim from the outset, instead exposing her as a witness in the Haslett case without evidence. This contradicted the later call for justice for Janie Crosdale by the prosecutor. The Crosdale family believed she would only have been involved in Haslett's crimes as a victim herself. They condemned the witness label as implying complicity. In an alarming revelation, the remains of Janie Croswell were discovered in a blue barrel floating in the Missouri River. Police say they've been searching for her since January of this year, after identifying her as having crucial information regarding the case of an alleged Cheerio, Timothy Haslett Jr. Sometimes I'm dumbfounded. Don't look for her. No. Why bother? Nothing happening over here. Last October, shockwaves were sent through the Kansas City metro and surrounding cities when a black woman escaped a basement torture dungeon of weeks of white man Timothy Haslett Jr., who had held her captive for over a month. Weeks prior to her escape, the defender, along with numerous black community members, raised the alarm of missing black women from Prospect Avenue. The Kansas City, Missouri Police Department, as well as the Kansas City Star, CNBC, Fox 4, Newsweek, the Atlanta Black Star, and KCTV5 infamously dismissed the claims as completely unfounded rumors and stated there is no basis to support these claims, despite the fact that virtually no investigation was being conducted. This is disgusting, guys. Disgusting. Completely unfounded rumor. Social media rumors regarding SK targeting women are untrue. KC Police social media claims of Cheerio are untrue. Kansas City Police shut down rumors of Cheerio targeting black women. Families searching for missing teens say it's damaging. KCPD social media post claiming Cheerio on the loose is completely unfounded. So there's that. So the latest chilling revelation, already grievous in itself, finds an eerie echo to the findings at Haslett's home. Last October, several large blue barrels were uncovered at Haslett's residence during a search by law enforcement. The chilling parallel raises a horrifying prospect. Was Janie Crosdale also a victim of Haslett's? If so, this could potentially confirm Haslett as an SK, a term that carries significant implications and heightens the urgency for a thorough investigation. The alternate, equally disturbing possibility is that Haslett may not have been working alone. If Crosdale was not a direct victim of Haslett, then it suggests a grim reality of an accomplice or even a separate offender, collaborating with Haslett or operating independently, still at large in our community. The manner in which Crosdale's remains were found mirrors the gruesome finding at Haslett's home, implying a modus operandi that's either shared or mimicked. Most likely, if all these women are being found the same, come on. It would also confirm why the black woman who escaped Haslett's bondage, named TJ, in court documents said two of her friends had been deleted by Jenny Crossdale's ultimately in tragic deletion, coupled with Clay County Prosecutor's Office urgent motion yesterday to increase Haslett's bond to $3 million, paints a haunting picture of the situation far graver than what people were told originally. Cops lied and are potentially complicit in Crossdale's death. The police dismissive response to initial community concerns and their disturbing description to public exposed Crossdale as a potential witness. Publishing her full name and face in an ongoing case rather than treat her as a potential victim indicates a profound failure to understand the depth of danger at hand. Not only did this potentially put Janie Crossdale in direct line of harm, leading her to her passing, but it also left the wider community vulnerable. Oh my God. So what, guys? Is this going to be a case of negligence again? That's exactly my thoughts, James. Very, very rarely do Cheerios work together. Not impossible, but rare. Absolutely. So we do have another article to go through here. So before I go on, if you haven't subscribed, please do. Don't forget to hit that notification bell and give me a thumbs up for that algorithm. I appreciate you. So, police reviewing whether evidence from Haslett's home matches the remains of the missing woman. So, this is what they had to say. This is on August 3rd. Excelsior Springs police are looking into the possibility that Tim Haslett could be involved in the deleting of a woman whose remains were found in the Missouri River. On June 24th, 2 kayakers contacted the Missouri State Patrol about remains in the river near Hill Island Chute, north of Grand Pass, Missouri. So we know that those remains were confirmed to be Janie Crossdale. And that we do know that the police were trying to find her because they were thinking that maybe she was part of what was going on with Tim Haslett. So they have confirmed once again that the remains were found in another blue barrel, like the ones he's got on his property. Had a lid on it, and when the kayakers opened it, they found her. So they said that the barrel is as smaller than a typical 55-gallon drum and would not be something anyone would buy at a hardware store. Dell couldn't give an exact timeline of when Crossdale went missing. However, people in touch with the Crossdale family guess she could have gone missing around the summer of 2022. See, how disturbing is that? People do not even know when she went missing. No one noticed? In January, Dell said he wanted to find out if Crossdale had any information about the criminal case against Haslett and the victim who escaped from his house. They also wanted to find out if Crossdale was a victim herself. Yeah, they were kind of saying in the last article that they were unsure. Is that right? Yeah, I'm trying to think. There's not that many where there was 2 of them, like the hillside guys in California. No, it's just monstrous. So what they're saying is that he is now, they updated this, I think, a couple of months ago, but I did want to go through it with you. So Clay County prosecutors announced 9 new felony charges, Tim Haslett Jr. had been charged last October with R and taking of an individual. So, has been indicted on 9 new felonies in the superseding indictment connected with the alleged taking an R word last year in Excelsior Springs, the Clay County prosecuting attorney announced Tuesday. So this 40-year-old had previously been charged with 3 felonies in connection with alleged taking and SA of a 22-year-old woman in September and October of 2022. This was also in Excelsior Springs. And it says those charges have been replaced by the 9 new counts in the indictment. Clay County prosecutor Zachary Thompson announced the new charges. 1 count of first-degree R, 4 counts of first-degree S, 1 count of first-degree taking, 2 counts of second-degree that stuff. And also, we have to remember there's a child in that house. So 1 count of first-degree endangering welfare of a child. We would not be here today if not for the bravery of one woman and the tireless efforts of the men and women of 16 separate law enforcement agencies, Thompson said at a news conference announcing the new charges. Thompson said Haslett will appear February 17th. Dun, dun, dun. We did this. So Excelsior Springs launched a multi-day investigation that started October 7th after a woman began knocking on doors before 8 a.m., claiming to have been taken and R-worded. She told police that Haslett held her against her will for several weeks and repeatedly SA'd. Address 300 block of Orchard Street in Excelsior Springs. Arrested on October 7th, and first-degree R, first-degree taking, first-degree, and those charges expected to be dismissed in light of the new charges. Earlier in the day, a 22-year-old woman frantically knocked on doors in the 300 block. The woman, who was wearing a trash bag, metal collar, and a padlock, and had duct tape around her neck, told police she had been handcuffed and kept in a small room in the basement of Haslett's house. Okay, I'm sorry. He did what to her? Trash bag, metal collar, padlock, duct tape. She said Haslett held her against her will. This is being picked up along Prospect Avenue in September of 22, and he was attacking. So Haslett had the public defender appointed in the case, and a Clay County judge declined to reduce his $500,000 bond for the original 3 charges. Haslett has tried to downplay the initial charges against him as serious, but nothing more than allegations. In a Jackson County custody battle with his ex-wife, the couple's child, he was returning from dropping off the son at the heart of custody battle at school when the woman escaped from his house. People were called to Haslett's home 3 times in the year before his October 2022 arrest, twice for welfare checks initiated by family or his employer, and once for an animal control violation. He was initially arrested during a traffic stop as he drove home for the animal control violation. Child endangerment charges stem from leaving unsecured firearms in accessible areas to an 8-year-old. Thompson said the police are still hoping to contact possible witnesses. So at this point, they did not realize that Janie Crossdale had passed, because it looks like they were searching for her at this time. So the investigation is ongoing, and anyone with information is asked to contact Excelsior Springs. Let's see here, Excelsior Springs Police Department, or call the Greater Kansas City Crime Stoppers Tips Hotline. Damn. So what do you guys think? Is there going to be more? I think there's going to be. It doesn't seem like these people were being reported. So I did put those numbers at the bottom of the screen. If you know any, or if you have any information on this case, please do give them a call. This is stuff that should never in a million years been happening. And for as long as it was happening. You can't just go out and take women. It's a big no. It's frowned upon. Okay, so this is back, updated in April 26th. So this is outdated. That's not the one I wanted. I'll grab onto this one. Do you, Kiska? I do too, friend. I do too. Yep. I think maybe after I might do a bit of a dive. Oh yeah, those two. Oh yeah. Weren't they lovely? Oh, who's that guy? Okay, there was two of them. One was an Asian guy who was caught in Canada, in downtown Calgary, and the other guy ate a cyanide pill when they caught him. Who are those two buttheads? Do you guys remember? So, death of a potential witness in the Missouri dog collar captivity case fuels SK speculation. You think? Okay, this is Gilgo. So, potential graphics warning. So I will see if I can skim by anything that, if there's anything graphic. And we'll be kind as we're going through, as we always do. So a potential witness who may also be a victim case was found in the Missouri River a year after she went missing. And she might not only be the only victim, said Bishop Tony Caldwell, a Kansas City community leader who's been fighting for missing Black women in the area. A body found in Saline County, Missouri in June has been identified as Jane Crosdale. Clay County prosecutors said police had been looking for her as a possible witness. So now they're saying against. So I don't know what they were really up to. Sometimes they're saying possible suspect, and they're also saying possible witness. And I am saying absolute victim. Haslett was arrested in October after the woman wearing a dog collar told police she escaped from his basement. So how many were kept in that basement? R-worded. Can you guys see all this? I can't say a lot of it. He had her for a month and everything from electricity on. Like, look at this mofo. I mean, Last August is when her family heard from her, according to her sister. She struggled with addiction. Her siblings argued before her disappearance. Her sister told Fox News Digital in the description, "I really didn't know anything was going on until I seen her picture splashed across the news about police wanting to speak with her. That's why this hurt so bad, because we weren't on speaking terms." Her sister suspected something was wrong when her sister missed posting a social media tribute to their late father, which she had done annually since he passed about 8 years ago. That's when I knew this is not right. Jenny would at least post something on Facebook, and I saw she hadn't been active on social media for a long time. Rest in peace. Clay County Prosecutor's Office has not filed additional charges yet. I shouldn't even say yet, they're not. Haslett in connection with Cosdale's passing. But they declined to say how she passed or if foul play is suspected. No, because probably what happened is she jumped into that blue barrel, had suction cups or something on the inside. And then she managed to roll it. Like, what? Give me a break. Like, oh my God. prosecutors filed a motion to increase Haslett's bond. Details of the ongoing investigation, what impacts the present case, and causes greater concern for safety of the community. Defendant's current bond is insufficient to secure the safety of the community and the victims, and accordingly, his current bond should be increased. So, this is the increased the bond paperwork. So it is State of Missouri versus Timothy Marion Haslett Jr. The State of Missouri, by prosecuting attorney Zachary Thompson, respectfully requests this honorable court to increase the defendant's bond. The state respectfully suggests the following in support. On March 14th, 2023, defendant was charged with felony R in the first degree, 4 counts of felony S and first degree. The Class B felony of taking the person first degree, 2 counts of Class D felony for harming to the second degree, Class D felony, endangering the welfare of a child, the son of a bitch. And this bond was set at $3 million with the special condition of supervision by NDS. The warrant was served on about March 14th, 2023. On or about July 30th, 2023, the Clay County Prosecutor's Office was provided with details of an ongoing investigation which impact the present case and cause greater concern for the safety of the community than had previously been addressed. Defendant's current bond is insufficient to secure the safety of the community and the victims according to his current bond, and it should be increased. Wherefore, the state prays that the honorable court increases defendant's bond. The state requests that the court set the matter for hearing on the motion at the court's earliest convenience. So there's that. Unreal, hey guys? Absolutely unreal. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. He's a bad guy. And people don't just start at this level. That's the thing. We all, kind of study this stuff. And I don't think. Yeah, the cyanide pill. He had a beard, and the other guy was Oriental. Maxie, do you remember? I got my psychopaths mixed up. Easy to do, friend. Yeah, Liam Neeson style. Leonard Lake. Kiska. Leonard Lake. Leonard Lake, and the other guy was caught downtown Calgary. I remember when that happened. I was working in that city at the time, and it's like, what the hell is he doing here? Yeah, Leonard Lake. Yeah, his partner in crime. And then he stayed in Canada for an extra. Charles Ning. That's him. So what part of Mexico are they from? I'm sorry, fly swatter. Door was left open all night. Franky's on a mission. All night. Jasmine opened the door. I don't know what time to let herself go out for a pee. I forgot to lock it. In the morning, I'm waking up going, burying my head. I think they were both in Mexico, Mexi. I think that's where they were doing their attacks, if I remember correctly. And they don't all look like this guy. They don't all look at Ted Bundy. They don't all look like psychopaths. The guy from my childhood, he looked like a Cheerio. I mean, the guy looked like a Cheerio. He was a Cheerio and he looked like a Cheerio. So, guys, I just wanted to... Yeah, I'm not sure, Maxie. So, you know what? I just wanted to get this out there because, honestly, I am not seeing anyone getting this case out there. And I don't know. He's a pretty scary dude. What the hell? He didn't just start like this. Were they from California? Like, I could be wrong. I'm getting old. Yeah, he had a lovely smile. So, guys, I am going to thank you for being here. Let's share this out because, honestly, how is it Rex HEUERMANN is getting all this attention? This guy has been on some kind of spree, and we're not talking about it. So let's like, share, subscribe. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.